Hello everybody, my name is Katelyn Costello and I am the YA fantasy author of the Fritchville Saga, and I am currently writing a science fiction military book. If you're new to my channel, hello, thanks for stopping by. If you've been here for a while, thank you for sticking in for the long run. You are currently on a windowsill and there is a cat right here, so you might see her pop in, or not, she's leaving. Okay. I haven't filmed on this channel in about 3 months. This is really weird for me because I do a lot of unedited videos. Most of my videos don't have much editing to them and I'm feeling like I need to edit myself out right now. But we're gonna try to stay quirky and fun. So hi, I haven't been here for a while. How are you? I made a little list in my bullet journal of some things that I want to hit on today to talk about, and some of them are fun and some of them are not as fun. So yeah. So the first thing is where I've been, and the answer is here. I've been here in my house like most people during quarantine. I was lucky enough my family has not gotten sick or anything like that. I've just been social distancing. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've been able to see a bit more of what I've been doing day to day, which has been really just writing and hanging out and running. I haven't been doing a ton of other stuff aside from my day job because I have been lucky enough to work from home. But yeah, I've been here. I haven't really been that inspired to film. I've thought about it a couple times. There was a few times that I started a video. That's Odessa. It's my roommate's cat. There was a few times that I picked up my camera or my phone and I started to film, but it didn't really seem worth it. Are you done? You done? It didn't really seem worth it to post anything because it was the same thing that it's been. And this will probably be the same thing, but I do want to come back. Another part of the reason that I left was some technology issues. I think one of the last vlogs that I posted, I talked about getting a new phone. I did. I got a new phone. It was an iPhone and it was going really well. I filmed a couple videos on it because the quality of the actual camera that I have isn't the best, so I've been filming a lot of my videos on my phone for the last few years. And I filmed a few videos on that phone and then it just died. We don't know what happened. It went to a green screen. Nobody knew what happened and I got an almost instant insurance claim to get it a new one. And that was really disappointing because I wasn't able to hook it up to anything to get any of the files that were on it, anything like that. So that made it really like, what's the point in filming? And for a while I was afraid to film in case something would go missing again, which is dumb because I've had technology issues like on and off. It's a running joke. Technology and I are not friends. But that was really disconcerting for a while and I didn't really want to film with the technology that I had. And all of this is to say that I had a whole bunch of imposter syndrome and I'm still feeling it right now, especially with the new series that I'm working on. I've been feeling like I shouldn't write what I am and why would anybody want to read it, and even though like I have launched 2 books that have done fairly well, like they're not like making bestseller lists constantly, but they've done pretty well. Why would anybody want to read this? And I've looked at the genres that I'm competing with and it's gonna have a lot of really hard competition and things like that. And I think also the length of this book is also like really throwing me off, which I knew it was going to be a long book. But I am just getting into the 3rd act. I haven't quite gotten into the climax points of the story and I am at 95,000 words for this story. Actually, I think I hit 96 yesterday. And I had really, really good momentum through the second act. There was one week where I wrote 15,000 words, and then I hit this third act and it's like a wall. And I've probably written about, it's kind of like how it was earlier this year, where I've only written about 3,000 words through the month of June so far. And I was hoping to have it finished for June 1st to go to my CP, which is also just like a thing. One of my friends does have it up to the third act. I don't know if she's had a chance to read it yet, so I haven't gotten any feedback back on it in its rough draft form, but it's out there for one person to read, which is kind of scary. But I'm also really excited about this story. And like, I've already started talking to my cover designer about what we want to do for it, and I have a title, which I haven't had a title for some of these books. Like the Rituals, it took a really long time for some reason to get that title, and Rebellion took months after I completed the second draft and was like editing. So to have a title in the first draft phase for me, which again, it might change, but is a lot. And then work has also been very draining for me. If you don't know, I work in the arts, and obviously right now my day job is in the arts, and that is taking a very big hit. And for a while there, my job was pretty much to try to comfort people because their projects weren't going through and able to happen, and to try to just field any questions that they had when I didn't have a lot of answers for them, which is really hard and mentally draining. So yeah, all of that to say, like, I wasn't really able to put more into YouTube, into social media. I actually went silent for about 3 weeks last month, and I recently came back to Instagram. I went silent a few days before everything happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd, and like right after that, a lot of people went radio silent. I didn't feel personally like it made sense in that moment, and I did talk to a couple of my friends to just like come out of being offline for writing to be like, oh, I'm offline for this. It didn't feel real to me. So if you did notice that gap, that was why, which I explained in that post. Because I didn't want to make a show of coming forward to say something when I had already been in radio silence. So I did stay silent for a little bit and keep that space open for POC and Black writers and activists and things like that for their timelines to be full. But I have come back, made a whole post on Instagram, which you can go check out on my Instagram, which is at author Katelyn Costello. And I also have a highlight now on my page for any books with Black or POC MCs, because of the way algorithms work, I don't get a lot of those on my feed. Algorithms are going to feed what you regularly absorb. So for me growing up, I read, and like a lot of people did, books with white main characters. So now the algorithm is trained to do that, and that's a whole issue. So I'm creating a highlight reel to uplift POC authors. So if you are a POC indie or traditionally published and you want a little spotlight in my corner, feel free to send me a message on Instagram, and I'd be more than happy to do that. But yeah, that's where that sits. Black Lives Matter, that's a thing. It should not have to be a thing, but it is, and we need to fix it. Going back to my job, this month and the next few months is really going to pick up with some things as we get ready for what would be our next section of our calendar year. I'm going to be doing a lot of things virtually, so I don't know how much time I will have to devote, so I'm probably only going to be posting, if I can, 1 video a week. But I do want to try to make that commitment. What are you doing, Adissa? Oh, there's a hair tie. Hair ties are toys. Another thing that I have been devoting my time to the last few months that has gone up and down and all over the place, adding to the imposter syndrome, is my audiobooks. It's the first time I've talked about it on this channel, which is really cool. I did have a lot of footage that I lost for it, but I am recording the audiobooks for the Ritual Saga. I have recorded the first about 12 chapters 2 or 3 times now. This is hopefully the last run. The first few were like chapters that I recorded back in March were like practices, seeing how I liked different character voices and how I wanted to do it, and then we upgraded our audio equipment, and I didn't want to stick with the old equipment for that sound to be consistent, so I needed to re-record. And I'm about a quarter of the way through recording the rituals right now. It's about 2.5 hours of audio unedited that I'm gonna have to go through. So I'm going through all of it, and then I will edit it so that it is as consistent a sound as possible, because I don't want to edit how I sound until I have a consistent sound. So I'm really excited about that. I'm also scared of it because it is such a big project. I'm estimating the rituals is going to be between 7 and 9 hours based on how I record and where I am right now. And Rebellion will be even longer because it is like 100 pages longer. So I do have an idea of when I would like it to be released. It just depends on how recording goes and editing, and also uploading it to the various sites, because I know like Audible has been having trouble with the influx of stuff they had for a while. They were behind about 2 months. I believe they're better now. It will be wide because I want it to be available to libraries, so it will not just be on ACX, but that's just a part of it where it might be a while before it gets on Amazon because Amazon is struggling and Audible is struggling. But yeah, I'm recording the audiobooks, and it's been fun because I really miss acting. I did it in college and in high school, and I direct theater, but I haven't personally acted I acted in 2018 with my kids, but a full role in quite a few years. And now I get to be a whole bunch of people. So it's stressful but fun. And I have an idea of when I want it to come out, but I'm not holding myself to that currently because I know things can and will change. And then the last thing that I wanted to touch on before we just go do a little about my day type of thing is I'm actually doing a brand photo shoot in July. I had originally scheduled it so that I could get new headshots and things in early March, end of January or February, somewhere in there, which obviously we had to move because of everything going on in the world. And now the photographer has opened back up and we have scheduled a session for July, but I need some help because I don't know what to wear. My sister and I went to the store. We went to TJ Maxx yesterday and we picked out a whole bunch of stuff and we went to try it on, and the dressing rooms were closed. So I narrowed it down to a few items, which I will do a cutaway of a minute to talk about those pieces. But if you want to drop down in the comments below which ones you like, or if you don't like any of them. I'm not sure how I feel about some of them once I put them on. I like the concept of them, but I don't know if they really work on me. But yeah, I'm doing a photo shoot and I'm also kind of nervous for that. My siblings are very, I would say, photogenic. My brother and my sister are both very good at posing for a camera. I don't feel as comfortable. Like, I'll do selfies and stuff, but someone else taking the picture, I don't know how I feel about that. But so I want to feel cute for this shoot, especially since it's gonna be on my social media and hopefully the new author photo for my books and my website and like all that stuff. So yeah, also I got my perm redone, so I have curly hair again. A lot's been going on, but I'm glad to be back. So I have a whole list of things that I have to do today, so let's get going. Let's try on the clothes and see what ones I want to use, possibly for the shoot. So this first one is like a pale pink long sleeve shirt. It's got like these splits, so I think it's supposed to be like a tunic. I was thinking of using it like as like an off the shoulder thing, but it's a little bit too tight in the arms for that. And it's like you can't really tell the color, but it's very pale. It still isn't showing up. It's very pale pink. It definitely isn't what we thought it was. I don't know how I feel about it. So this second one is the same idea, but it's a white and blue, almost chambray striped. But I feel like I like this one a bit more. Again, it's tight in the arms. I have to have it uncuffed. I couldn't get my arm through, my wrist through the cuff. But I think I like this one a bit more, especially since, like, with the collar is a little bit more stiff than the other one, or at least I noticed it more. So I'm not wowed for the photo shoot, but like for work. I'm starting to question all of these. So this is like a t-shirt dress, like button-up t-shirt dress thing, with a little belt in the middle, but it's gapping right here on my hip, so I have to pull it up so it doesn't gap, but it has pockets, which is cool. And it goes down to about my ankle. I don't know, like, I like the idea of it, I just don't think it fits me right. Like, it fits me everywhere except in these buttons, just don't let it fit around my waist as well, or my hips I should say. But I like the color. I feel like I'd like it more as a pantsuit. Okay, last piece. I really like the color. I think it looks really nice with my skin tone. It's a bit baggy, also very wrinkly, but like I don't hate that. Like I have this color and a couple other things. It's just a little bit bluer than the ones that I have, but it's got pockets, and I think it's just because it's so wrinkly. Because this is about the bag, but I like the collar. I think it would look really good with gold jewelry. I'm normally a silver, but silver could work, I think, with this. I think this one is more for a winner. Yeah. What do you think? again. It is about 3 o'clock now. It's actually 3:03. Been working on and off. I did some cleaning, cleaned up the kitchen, I made lunch, and I have some laundry going right now. In about 30 minutes or so, Ethan's gonna get up so we can start getting ready for him to go to work, and then that's when I get ready to go do my workouts, because I generally do them after I take him to work. So I do need to start like actually getting up earlier in the morning, because especially I am still training as if I am going to be doing a half marathon or marathon in the next few months. I don't know if those are actually going to happen, but I still am training for it. But especially since it's getting warmer now, it's getting a lot harder for me to do some of those workouts, especially like even if I go at 8 o'clock at night, sometimes like the road or the track is still really warm. So I need to become more of a morning person again and get up and do workouts in the morning, which is also difficult. It was better when things were open, because I could like go to the gym in the morning, but nothing is open. But yeah, I have a 5-mile run today, I think I have to do, and then I'll probably come home and do some writing after that. But currently just trugging away. I've got seminars. I think I mentioned it earlier. I have seminars that I'm going to be doing over the summer, and so I'm writing the script for that. But something I forgot to mention earlier when I did my big long spiel, all my shoes were there, well, not all mine, but was that Rituals is currently being promoted by an app called Ringdom. I'll put the information down below, and it's currently being promoted on it. It's like a subscription-based app, sort of like Script, but not, and it's mainly fantasy and science fiction books. And if you get the app and you want to read the Rituals currently, half of the book is available for free, and then after a certain point then you have to pay for their subscription model thing, but it's a really good deal. So figured I'd do that little plug since I forgot about it earlier. But look at all of our plants. That's one thing that's happened during quarantine, is our plants have exploded. Though this one, I don't remember what the other name is for it, but it's called a Wandering Jew. He's not doing too hot. The vines are actually like cutting themselves off because they're so heavy, so I might need to trim it down. Or it's supposed to be a hanging plant, which clearly it is, but he's struggling. So yeah, plants. Hello everyone, it is now a little bit before 6. I just got to where I'm gonna run today. Like I said earlier, I've got about a 5-mile run today. I just dropped Ethan off at work, so yeah, I'm gonna get ready and go on my run, and then go home and do some writing and some video editing, because I am still editing Ethan's videos for his channel. So I thought I was gonna have more of an update, but my update is that I'm here. And I'll show you a little bit of the trail as I go. So yeah, we're trying a new trail today. This is the river trail. The river's right there. o'clock at night, and Kitty and I are gonna get ready to go to bed. So thank you for joining me today for my little day in the life. Sorry I took so long to post vlog, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.